Right, a special good morning to you, Tuesday the 9th of February. And hope you enjoyed the riddle of the week starting yesterday. And we've got lots to think about. And this morning's assembly is about your fears. And sometimes people are scared of things. Some people are scared of spiders. Some people might be scared of snakes. I can remember being a little bit scared of snakes and then go into to a party, children's party, where you could hold snakes and put them on your shoulders. And after that, I had a go, overcame my fears, and I've never been that scared of snakes since. But people do get scared. I think sometimes people might be scared of the dark. They like to sleep with the light on. And this morning's story is about a group of animals who tease each other about their fears, and we'll find out what we can learn from today's story. The jungle was an exciting place. There were tall trees that seemed to scrape the sky and shrubs that covered the ground below. It was a home of all sorts of wonderful creatures. Birds flew through the air, darting in and out amongst the monkeys that swung from tree to tree in search of ripe, delicious bananas. So nice, don't they? Lions and elephants roamed the grounds below, happy to be living next to nature, finding shade in the hottest days and sunshine when they needed it. Each and every one of the special creatures went happily about their lives in the jungle. One day the lion was wandering in between the trees in search of some meat for his dinner when he came across an elephant standing staring into space, shaking in his large feet and baggy legs. "What's wrong with you, elephant?" asked Lion as he approached slowly. "You look as if you've seen a ghost." "What I've seen was worse than a ghost, my friend. I was walking along the path, minding my own business, on my way home at the end of a busy day, when a mouse ran out at me, straight towards my feet. He squeaked when he saw me and ran into the shrubs over there." Elephant pointed into the distant shrubs, his legs still wobbling. Lion looked at Elephant and began to laugh. "Look at you, Elephant. You are one of the largest creatures in this jungle, and there you stand, frozen to the spot with fear at having seen one of the smallest animals. Your fears are ridiculous." And with that, Lion shook his head and went on his way, leaving Elephant staring at the ground, fear imprinted on his face. Well, what do you think of Elephant's fear? What do you think of Lion's reaction to Elephant's fear? Was he right to tease him? Lion continued along the path, enjoying the gentle swaying of the trees in the light evening air. It wasn't long before he came across Tiger, curled up in a ball under a tall tree. "What are you doing, Tiger?" asked Lion as he walked slowly towards his friend. "You look as if you're scared. All the hair along your back is standing on end." "Well, the most dreadful thing happened," began Tiger, pleased to see his friend. "I was walking along the path, minding my own business, on my way home at the end of a busy day, when a monkey swooped down at me from the branches above. He screeched when he saw me and swung back into the trees. I feel paralysed with fear," cried Tiger. Lion looked at Tiger and began to laugh. "Look at you, Tiger. You're one of the fiercest creatures in this jungle. And there you squirm, frozen to the spot with fear at having seen one of the cheekiest. Your fears are ridiculous." And with that, Lion shook his head and went on his way, leaving Tiger curled under the tree, fear imprinted upon his spine. Lion giggled to himself as he continued along the path, enjoying the gentle chirping of the birds in the close of the evening light. It wasn't long before he came across Cheetah, perched on the branch of a tall tree. "What are you doing up there, Cheetah?" asked Lion, and he looked up at his friend. "You look as if you are scared. Your ears are pricked up and your eyes look as though they are about to burst out of your head." "The most dreadful thing happened," began Cheetah, relieved to see his friend. "I was walking along the path, minding my own business, on my way home at the end of a busy day, when a parrot swooped through the air from the branches above. He screamed when he saw me and shot back into the branches. He gave me the biggest fright. I feel paralysed with fear," said Cheetah. Lion looked at Cheetah and laughed. The hardest laugh he had laughed all day. "Look at you, cheetah! You are one of the fastest creatures in this jungle, and there you squirm, hiding up the tree with fear as having seen one of the chattiest. Your fears are ridiculous." And with that, Lion shook his head and went on his way, leaving Cheetah hiding up the tree, fear imprinted on his face. Nighttime fell across the jungle. Elephant had gone home from seeing the mouse and spent a restful evening with his family. Tiger had left the tree where she had curled herself into a ball and walked home that she shared with her tiger friends. And Cheetah finally came down from the branches and made it to the warmth and comfort of his home. Everywhere you looked, the animals had begun to sleep. The moon had come down from a large cloud when the scream woke the animals. It was a scream like no other had ever heard in the jungle before. Elephant lifted his floppy ears in fright, trying to work out what direction the noise was coming from. Tiger twitched his stripy tail as he tried to identify what it was that made the noise, and Cheetah jumped to his feet, ready to go to the aid of the creature that was clearly in distress. Within moments, the animals were out of their homes and bounding towards the screams that filled the night air. It wasn't long before they found out where they were coming from. Where do you think the screams are coming from? What do you think's causing it? I got a good idea. Elephant, Tiger and Cheetah were amazed at what they found. Hiding in the undergrowth, they could barely make out the details of his golden mane in the moonlight. His tail was twitching with fear as fear crept through his body. He could barely speak as the others slowly approached. "What's happened, Lion? Why are you hiding and shaking with fear?" "The most dreadful thing happened, my friends," Lion began. "I was drifting off to sleep after a delicious supper when I felt the presence of something around my front paws. Just as the moon came out from behind the cloud, I noticed the largest spider in the jungle crawling towards me. It had danger in its beady eyes, and I knew without a doubt that it was going to get me. What shall I do? What shall I do?" shivered Lion. The animals glanced at each other and remembered the lion's reactions to their fears earlier in the day. They glanced back at Lion and then past the shaking mass to a web that lay in the corner. It held a tiny spider that was also shaken with fear. "It's only a small harmless spider," they laughed. "There is nothing for you to be afraid of." And the friends laughed as they made their way home to continue their night's sleep. They needed their rest. There was another busy day in the jungle to face as soon as the sun rose in the morning. Well, as it says here, just like us, each of the animals had something that they were afraid of. Just like us, each of the animals understood that their fears were unjustified, and each of them was working at getting better and facing them. Laughing at each other's fears wasn't kind or helpful. While our fears might not make sense to other people, it takes friendship and support to help each other move past the things that we're afraid of. And think of the things you're afraid of. Some people are afraid of heights, some people are afraid of the dark, some people are scared of spiders, some people might be frightened of snakes, some people might be frightened of the Hoover. There's another one I've heard in the past. So, rather than laughing at people's fears, we can support them, be good friends to help them get over their fears, because you can get over them. Like I said about my fear of snakes. I don't particularly like heights, but I can get over it with the support of people who know me and friends, because that's what friends are for, isn't it? We're there to support one another, we're there to help one another. Be a good friend, because I always say, don't I, to have good friends, you've got to be a good friend. A very, very important message today. So enjoy your home learning. Infants, will be having you back soon as I get more information. I shall write to your parents to let you know. Juniors, hopefully we get an announcement when you'll be coming back. Think to our riddle of the week. If you haven't seen it, it means you missed yesterday's assembly, so you can watch that. But have a lovely day, enjoy your home learning, and hopefully we'll be back together soon. But to finish our assembly, we'll all say our school prayer. Un Dau Tri. This is our school. Let peace dwell here. Let the rooms be full of contentment. Let love abide here. Love for one another and love for life itself. Let our school be a lovely place where all of us are caring to each other, to work our best and show our smiling face, staff and children helping one another today and always. And as we say, to end our assembly, over and out.